Hey everybody, it's Joey. Thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to hit the weird, the Al Yankovic story review. It dropped on Roku TV or the Roku channel, I think it's called. And it seems like they're getting ready to invest in some cool projects. Didn't expect this from Roku. Um, Very pleasantly surprised with this movie. I wasn't sure what to make of it, and the more I saw what it was kind of going to be uh, through trailers and kind of a lot of the images that came out to who was going to be on the cast, the more excited I was for it. And then it turned out that this movie was going to be almost like a mock kind of story of Weird Al's life, um, which I gotta say worked perfectly. This is the movie. This is the kind of movie that's totally on my kind of. This kind of movie is my thing. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's very goofy. It's very funny. Has an excellent cast. There's like comedy greats in this movie, playing very bizarre parts and playing parodies of other kind of celebrities and stuff. There's like this whole pool party scene that I really, really love, with a bunch of random celebrities that may or may not have actually hung out, but doesn't really matter in this movie because this movie kind of just throws all the rules out the window. It's just really fun. Daniel Radcliffe is fantastic as Al Yankovic, Weird Al, and Weird Al is actually in the movie. He plays the record executive that pushes back on Weird Al's weird music, and then has a change of heart and decides to sign him when he puts out "Eat It," which the movie's timeline came out before "Beat It," and Michael Jackson actually was parodying Weird Al song, which is it's a whole funny arc that they set up. But yeah, this movie was pretty great. It's definitely, I gotta say, this year's been a little sparse with really movies that I just really loved. Um, and I really love this movie. I could see myself rewatching it in the future, and which is funny because I'm not a diehard Weird Al fan. I definitely was as I definitely was a bigger fan as a teenager when it was kind of new and fresh and it was all kind of goofy and funny. And I do put on Amish Paradise every now and then because it just tickles me. But this movie was really a lot of fun. I got to give it up to Eric Appel, I think is how you pronounce his name. Directed this thing, did a fantastic job. He did some Silicon Valley episodes, which I also really liked when it was on. So this dude has comedic chops, and Daniel Radcliffe was really funny. He played it pretty straight the whole time, which was great. But his timing is fantastic. He does a good job there. Rainn Wilson as Dr. Demento was really funny. I really loved the cast. It was pretty insane who they got for this thing. Scott Aukerman is in there for a little bit. Paul F. Tompkins is there for a bit. I mean, I'm trying to see who I might have missed. There were so many people in this movie. I definitely missed some. I believe Conan O'Brien Conan O'Brien plays Andy Warhol. Paul F. Tompkins plays Gallagher. Uh, Patton Oswalt is there. Will Forte is there. I could just go down the list. Jack Black makes an appearance as Wolfman Jack. David S. Malkian, who I really like in a lot of stuff. Josh Groban, Evan Rachel Wood plays Madonna, of course. Really stacked cast. Everybody's really good. Everybody's really funny in this movie. Has a lot of fun playing with the kind of the. I'm blanking on it now, but it does a good job of parodying this type of film, and it plays on all the tropes. It has a lot of fun with a lot of the tropes you see in these movies, like Bohemian Rhapsody, even Rocket Man, and all these kind of stories that are coming out about all these musicians and all these movies. And it even has a little bit of Elvis stuff in there with Rainn Wilson as Dr. Demento, but it's like almost everybody's very wholesome in this movie, and everybody has good intentions, and everybody's kind of rooting rooting for Weird Al to succeed, except like the dad character, um, and everybody's pretty positive. Everybody's kind of testing him, and he's kind of showing everybody up with his polka skills and parody skills, and it's really funny. I laughed more than I thought I would in this movie. Being that I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know what kind of comedy it was going to be. I didn't know what the tone was going to be. They did play it straight, but it was very goofy. Played it straight, as straight as you could for a Weird Al parody film. Um, but it took some really cool turns that I didn't expect, making Madonna almost like a villain type that's out to take advantage of Weird Al's fame and fortune to try to boost herself up was a fantastic angle to go with. I thought it was going to be some weird like love connection thing they did, but they make her like this kind of almost evil mastermind that's trying to use Weird Al to get to the top and become super rich. And there's the whole thing with Pablo Escobar, and it takes some wacky turns, which I really appreciate because the goofiness level just is off scale. So I gotta say, really love this thing and definitely recommend it if you're okay with like, if it felt almost like maybe people will agree or disagree. It felt almost like a 90s like SNL cast movie. It felt like a Tommy Boy kind of thing. It felt like that era of movie where it's just like okay to be goofy. It's okay to be like off scale ridiculous with your plot. It doesn't really need to make sense. You're just having fun. You're making people laugh. It's like it was that. And I love that era of comedy. And I love that type of comedy. I mean, I'm wearing like an Austin Powers shirt. That stuff is my jam. And that very much reminded me of that era of comedy movies, which I think we desperately need to get back to more goofy shit. Sick of all this serious stuff. We need to get goofier. World is too serious right now. Everything's too serious. We need to lighten up. That's my principal stance for this review. This is what we need more of, I would say. Some people would disagree, but I think we need more of this goofiness. Teddy Belcher says I was prime Al Yank exposed. Yeah, I mean it got me when I was a teen, but if you're around, like if you were growing up in the 80s and stuff, that was prime Yank years. So I think if you're a fan, then you're definitely gonna love this movie. Try not to spoil it too much. There's just some stuff there. Um, it was like Elvis singing other people's songs. I mean, in a way, changing the lyrics a little bit to make it his own. But Elvis, yeah, made a career or launched his career at least singing other people's songs. And Dr. Demento would be Al Light, and Rainn Wilson plays. I think plays him in the movie. Uh, yeah, Dr. Demento. Yeah, really like this. I again do liken it to a lot of those '90s SNL cast comedies. It very much felt like that, and it was refreshing. Honestly, for me, it was very refreshing to watch. It was an hour 40 something minutes went by pretty quick, and everybody could watch it for free. Watch a brand new, fun, silly movie for free about Weird Al, um, and just have a good time. I think it's just a good time if you're looking for something silly to watch on a weeknight or this weekend, whenever you have a minute or an hour or two. I definitely recommend you put this on. Again, I'm a fan of silly comedy, goofy comedy that doesn't take itself too seriously, and this is that. Again, great cast full, a lot of comedy greats. Definitely recommend it, especially if you do like Weird Al even a little bit, and you like fun and you're looking for something light and goofy. Definitely check it out. Um, Download the Roku channel. And there you go. I'm kind of telling you what to do a little bit there. Download the Roku channel, watch this thing. There's like a couple ads that play throughout it, but it's free. It's free, and you get to enjoy it. And I think we should support this movie because I think we need to have more movies like this come out. That's all. I think we just need more of these movies. So I want to support this one. I want to give it, 2 thumbs up to get people to watch it because I think these movies need to. This kind of movie needs to happen more. So that's Michael Jackson stand. They do a super funny thing with the Michael Jackson stuff in this movie. It's the way Daniel Radcliffe plays it is really funny. UHF. Now, I hope a lot of people go back, especially people that are maybe discovering Weird Al through this movie. Maybe Daniel Radcliffe fans. Maybe people just watching it due to the hype. But I hope people go back and watch that because that'd be pretty great if that movie blows up again too. So I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to make this a super long review, but I definitely do recommend it. I had a really good time with it. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this movie. Definitely support it. I'm probably going to watch it again at some point just because it was so much fun and it's pretty lighthearted and there's some crazy stuff in there. But everybody did a great job. Again, I hope there's more stuff like this coming down the pipe. I don't know if Roku is investing in more comedy. I think we just need more comedy movies coming out. I feel like there's not really a lot. I don't think I'm wrong there. There's just not really a lot of comedy these days, which is upsetting because it's definitely a genre that should be, pretty prevalent, but everything's pretty dramatic these days. I think we need to get back to making some good comedy. All right, guys, before I bore you too much and ramble on about how we need better comedies these days, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, give me a like, comment, do all that stuff. Original Talkies, 100 years old. Yeah, bring it back. Bring them back. That's it. Bring back the Talkies. I dig it. All right, guys, I'm out. Talk to you later. Go watch Weird, the Al Yankovic story on Roku channel. The Roku channel, right? Roku channel. Yeah. All right, guys. See you later.